welcome. In today's video, we're going to cover the races. And the first two races have been very poor. And F1 races at the minute are very boring. You've got people switching off at lap 40. And that is unacceptable for Formula 1 as a sport. Now, I'm a massive Formula 1 fan. Always watch the races. No matter how bad the race is, we'll watch every lap. But F1 is not immune from criticism, and you've got to call it as you see it. The racing at the minute is not good enough. Whether it's not down to Max's dominance, that is not why the races are boring, in my opinion. Every year, or in the eras, someone dominates. Whether that's Senna, Prost, whether that's Schumacher. We had that spell where it was mixed. Then we had Vettel dominated, Hamilton dominated. But it is a bit like the Vettel era at the minute, because Vettel's teammate was not good enough to fight for the title. And we've got that with Perez now. Sergio Perez is a big man to blame for the races being bad. Hamilton and Rosberg, when they were teammates, at least there was a fight there. Yeah, and we don't see that fight at the minute. But yeah, the first two races of the 2024 season have been poor. And I can't think of a good race in F1. The last good race in F1 was Las Vegas. As much as it was a hype event and it was quite cringe at times, the race was actually good. I remember giving it an 8 out of 10. Charles Leclerc got past Perez on the last lap. Brazil was quite good on the last lap, but yeah, this season's not been good. We had 36 overtakes at Bahrain. We had 25 at Saudi. We need more action. We need better racing. The pack is close this season. But yeah, I don't know. I expected much better at the likes of Bahrain. Bahrain works well, especially through 1, 2, 3 and 4. But it just didn't seem to play out. Like, the field is tightly packed in qualifying. But yeah, we need to see better racing, man. It's not good for F1 when you got fans tuning in, hype for the race, and it's just a poor race and you end up turning it off. In my race ratings, in my race reactions, I think, I can't remember what I give, but it was definitely, both races were below 5. And that is really worrying for Formula 1. It will always happen, a domination. This is Max's era, but we don't have Perez there. It happened with Vettel. Webber was never there, but at least other teams were in the mix in the Vettel era. Schumacher absolutely dominated. Hamilton dominated, but at least it was close between him and Nico. Yeah, I don't think it's down to Max's dominance. Why it's boring. I don't think, in my opinion, that's not the reason it's boring. Max can win, but we need to, second, third, fourth. Let's have a scrap, But at the minute, the races is not good, in my opinion. They've been quite boring, and F1 needs to improve. Australia, massive, needs to. We needed a desperately good race at Saudi. It didn't deliver. We need a real good race. F1 is crying out for a real good race, because too much talk is off track. Hamilton, Steiner, Andretti, Horner, Marco, Max. Who's driving for Mercedes? It's too much talk off track. We should be talking about the drivers, the on-track action. But the on-track action is not good enough at the minute. Yeah, I've never been a massive fan of DRS. I think DRS is a gimmick, really. I preferred it in the old days when it was a brutal overtake. But are the regulations to blame now? Because obviously we're coming to the end of the regulations, new regulations in 2026. But yeah, the cars are close in qualifying, but in the race, I don't know. I mean, look at Magnussen, for example, in Saudi. He literally held everyone up, created a massive gap for Hulkenberg to get a free pit stop to come back out ahead of Magnussen. Bahrain always produces good racing, and it just didn't deliver. It was poor. And you're watching the race, and instead of enjoying the race, you're getting worked up, annoyed watching the race, because F1 is a good sport, and yeah, but it was better back in the day. There's no question about that. There's too much now. We talk too much about off track. Yeah, and the sport at the minute is not delivering. I had a video planned, 2 poor races to start. We have track issues constantly, Vegas, Bahrain. Calendar's not fit for purpose. Off-track gossip gains more headlines than the racing. And it's become a show and not a sport. Yeah. Historic tracks neglected for street circuits. That's a big worry. The likes of Germany, Istanbul and Malaysia all crying out for a Grand Prix, and they can't get on because we're going to Madrid and capitals, and one race per country needs to be a rule, but they won't address that. And new fans, if you're a new fan coming into this season, you would turn the TV off at the minute. I mean, my girlfriend's just got into Formula 1, and she's saying at the minute, why are you so hyped about this? Because at the minute it looks poor. And drivers, another issue for me is the drivers being too friendly with each other. We need the rivalry there. Yeah. Comment down below your thoughts. I think F1 races need to improve dramatically. I don't know, just my thoughts. The first 2 races not good enough. You look at 36 overtakes at Bahrain, 20 at Saudi. It's not good enough. I think Perez is to blame because he should be fighting Max for the title. That would make at least the win. You don't know who's going to win, a bit like Nico and Hamilton. But at the minute, it's Max. It's Max. It's Max's era. I don't have a problem with that. We need to see a better race behind. Because, yeah, it's almost follow the leader at the minute. And, yeah, we need better. Australia, the pressure is on. It needs to deliver.